right. If any of y'all clicked on this, I appreciate it. It's not our usual segments of stories, but since we're kind of low on chapters this week, we decided to have some fun and talk about something that we like to talk about, that we wanted to talk about personally, which is One Piece. You know, what devil fruit would you want to have in the world?
Yeah.
And I actually want to start with Ben, because you said that you had one that you made up.
Yeah, because I've been thinking about this. We actually been talking about this like for an entire week. Like, what fruit would you have? And I think it's an awesome thing to talk about in the One Piece world, because like
that's like kind of the main stake of the story is devil fruits.
Yeah, and like they still haven't like explained exactly where they come from, which I'm really looking forward to in the coming chapters. But so personally, like my first number one fruit that I like is Marco's fruit, the Phoenix, or like the
Zoan fruit.
Yeah, the Zoan Phoenix
mythicals, fruit. Which is actually, I think, the only mythical fruit we've seen. Yeah, the only mythical zone, because we've seen two ancient, the Mammoth and
the X-Drix Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, the T-Rex. So we've seen two ancient, but he's the only mythical one.
Yeah, and like and what's Kizaru, whenever they were fighting in the war, he made the point that fruit's a lot rarer than the Logia fruit. And like we know that Logia fruit are like extremely rare. How the government or how the Marines are able to get 3 to the top 3 admirals is a mystery.
Super powerful ones too. Like the top almost 3 Logias besides Blackbeard's
the darkness.
I forgot. It's Yami Yami no Mi.
Yeah. So like I like Marco's fruit because like basically he has the ability to sponge any attack and recover.
Ben the Phoenix.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben the Phoenix though.
Ben the Phoenix.
Got a black Phoenix. What you want? Like black fire? Like come on now.
That actually would be kind of cool.
Dude,
hit like some Amaterasu from Naruto. Dude,
that'd be so clean. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, I like that ability that he's able to just like, because like you saw in the war, he was able to sponge Kizaru's attacks, which I thought was amazing. Because like Kizaru was known for pretty much getting in, wrecking shop, getting what he wants.
Powerful, highly destructive fruit on its own.
Yeah, and he's able to sponge all those attacks. Basically, like he was able to like even fly out and kick Kizaru.
Yeah, he's pushing back. I think that's just hockey.
Yeah,
but it does help with his fruit being a phoenix and all.
Yeah, and then like he's able to like go in like full phoenix mode to sponge attacks, and then like kind of going like half phoenix mode and kind of like fly around.
Yeah, he can just turn his arms into the wings and
legs into like the little the talons.
The talons and everything. Yeah. So, and even then he can still. It's almost like his fruit is a Logia on top of that. As long as he can like see attacks them, he can turn that part of his body into the phoenix. Yeah, which can then sponge the attack. Because the Phoenix can't die. Mm-hmm. It'll always come back. But I thought you said you had one that wasn't.
Yeah, okay. So my second fruit is going to be... I really liked... it's kind of a recent fruit that was revealed in the One Piece world. And I like Pika's fruit, the stone fruit. Just because, like, tactically... I know it's a Logia type, but, like, tactically...
is it a Logia type?
Yeah, because, like, he's able to turn into, like, manipulate everything he is into stone.
I thought it was a Paramecia. Because he can't physically turn into stone. He has to be on stone.
Well, I mean, I was thinking that it's still a Logia because like he has to like travel in the stone, so like he melts into stone, like kind of like how Kizaru can just turn into light and Akane can just turn into magma. But regardless if it's a Logia or a Paramecia, I really like it strategically because like you saw how he used it in Dressrosa. He's basically able to manipulate the battlefield to become like a giant. Kind of like stop the Straw Hats from getting to where they wanted, but like layering the Dressrosa capital to like 3 or 4 different mountain levels, so like it position his allies into better areas to where like they were able to fight, and even like in combat, like he's able to just throw like massive punches that are like the size of mountains at his opponents. So just overall, I think it's a great fruit to have, especially like if it's in a crowded area with a lot of like
it's definitely an island fruit. It's definitely better an island. If he was on like a ship,
yeah,
he wouldn't be very useful. But since he's on an island at all times,
that's kind of like the strict limitation of that fruit. Like,
and that would be the one way to get him is to get him on like the sea, where he can't turn it into stone.
Mm-hmm. And then my third fruit is the one I came up with. I call it the Boom Boom fruit, the air cannon model. The basic ability of it is like the ability to so basically like when you eat the fruit, you have a thin film of air that surrounds you, and you're able to manipulate that air freely, kind of constrict it or expand it, and then like you can use it to kind of form like you can use it all to form around your fist and kind of like punch, and you can use it to like form on your feet to kind of like push through the air kind of thing thinking like Sanji's Skywalk, but like. You don't have to learn the technique specifically. You can kind of just like burst through the air a little bit, You can burst punch.
So it would be like a paramecia type?
Yeah, like you just enhance the air around you, kind of like manipulate it. And like thinking like levels you can go to, that you can kind of expand the air around you like for a certain amount of time to where like it's like massive, where you can like manipulate everything that's in your zone. And like you can turn like you can make like air bullets. And
it is a paramecia type.
It is the Stone Star fruit.
Yeah.
Okay, so my bad. It just
he has to merge with it. He can go into it, but he can't physically turn into stone.
Okay, that makes sense because when Zoro cut him, he had to.
He had to full body armor hockey himself up. Okay. Sorry, that was bugging me.
Yeah. Okay, my bad.
Back to your.
I understand.
Your air. Okay. So what's the name of the fruit?
It's the Boom Boom fruit, air cannon model. Because like whenever you're like hear Sonic Boom, like it's
the boom.
You need to get mature, man. Come on.
The boom fruit. You say that you like go into battle and just like say, "What do you have?" I'm the holder of the boom fruit.
Boom boom man.
Well, it'd be cool. You'd be like, "I'm the holder of the boom fruit," and you just hold your head out. You just go.
I mean, it also like fits in the One Piece story because like it's about humor.
Yeah, no, I get it. So, I think it's funny. I just thought the name was funny.
Yeah. So like you're able to expand the air zone around you, kind of like make like air bullets or like turn.
It's almost like it's almost like what's his thing? Kuma's. Mm-hmm. It's like Kuma's like reverse like.
Yeah, like the paw fruit. Yeah,
the paw fruit where he can like push things back, but he like can put him into like he can compact the air into his fist and make it into the bubble for the Ursa.
It's kind of like that, but like I was thinking like more of kind of like an expanded zone where you can make like a lot of those and kind of like fire them.
That's like he can like turn the air into like I would almost like see it as like little bubbles like around you and everything.
Yeah,
I'm just like it just looks like a sphere around nothing, and people would like see that and just be like, oh, what is that? They would touch and you would just like explode them into a building.
And like kind of like an awakening for that fruit. I think like because like with the Paramecia's awakening, at least from Doflamingo, we know that like you have to fix the areas around you.
Yeah.
So I feel like for an awakening for this fruit would be like kind of. Like to take all the air in a certain area and like take it in all for yourself, and like basically you're able to do all the kinds of things, but like the opponent's struggling to breathe, kind of like at least for like not for like
it would almost be like the idea of like going up to like a mountain where the air is denser.
Yeah, make it thin for them, like make it air like to where they're not able to breathe, but like you're able to like do.
I don't know. That seems like Caesar's gas fruit.
Yeah, but like obviously like the basic limitation for this is like lung capacity. Like you have to be able to hold in a lot of air.
You get like to knock people. I would almost like it if this is my idea of what is awakening would be cool. Like because you can already like detonate the air into like bomb. I like it'd be cool if you could just do that like off a wind now. Like you don't have to like create a bubble.
Yeah.
To do it, you could just like look at something and just like explode it.
That'd be cool.
That or something like that. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, but the lung capacity thing I was talking about, like I think like you have to, like to do the awakening, you have to be able to hold your breath for forever. How long you're able to hold your breath is however long you're able to keep that form. It's like you take like a big suck of air and like you activate your awakening. If you last 10 seconds or 15 seconds, that's how long they can't hold their breath. That's how long you're able to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So like if you exhale,
also you just have like a air shell because those you just have one of those full of air and just absorb it.
Yeah.
And you would just be perfectly fine. That's cool.
Yeah, it's I think like I was.
It kind of reminds me of one of the ones I picked, which we'll talk about.
Okay. But yeah, that's so Marco's fruit, the Phoenix.
That's cool. You got a bunch of like differences. So it's a Zoan, a Paramecia, and then another Paramecia.
Yeah.
That's what, and it's gonna be funny because I also don't have any. I have all Paramecias. I didn't pick any. I don't know. I don't like the idea of Zoans. There's no like cool zones. Like if there was, I would pick Marco's also.
Yeah.
But that's also because he has the most OP Zoan of them all. I just don't see like the. I don't know the appeal of a Zoan fruit.
That's true. I mean, like I don't know what Kaido's fruit is, but I feel like it's gonna be something like really, really.
I think he has to have. I hope he has a mythical Zoan. Yeah. If he does, I want to see another one because all we've seen is a Phoenix. Oh wait, no, I just thought about this. What's it called? Fleet Admiral Sengoku.
Oh yeah, he had like the Buddha.
He is a Zoan. He's a mythical Zoan, the Buddha. So that's I forgot. So there is another one, the Buddha, but it's funny because I always feel like that's a Paramecia.
Yeah, but it's not like an animal thing. Like
it's a mythical. Well, it's mythical. So but they also then introduced that gods can also now be put into a fruit because he's a Buddha who can make shockwaves. I don't know. Like I said, Oda takes his
he takes his creative. He's very creative. Yeah.
Okay, so my top three, my number one all time favorite because it was a cut between two of them. But was the Ito no Mi, which was Doflamingo string fruit. Ever since I saw it in the very first chapter, I always loved it. I don't know what it was. Just the ability to be able to control people without like them even knowing what's going on. He was able to cut Orc to the giant's foot with one single cut and then fly. He can fly because he can attach his strings on the clouds and then launch himself. So as long as there's clouds, he can fucking fly. He can make a copy of himself
like
using
a full
White
copy.
Knight. So it's almost like he's a Logia. So you could use that to like hide yourself. I would almost like if I was in the One Piece world and I had that fruit, I would almost use it like he did, but like to a smaller degree. I don't know.
Yeah, he took it over. Like the fact that he took over an entire country, but like
I wouldn't go that far. I don't know. Like if I was in the One Piece world, I wouldn't want to be a pirate or a marine. Or a revolution. I would just kind of just do my own thing.
If I want to mess with you, they'd get.
I would just be like at a bar somewhere. Someone tried to mess with me. I would just make the entire bar just kill themselves while just sitting at the table, still drinking, just like maneuvering like one hand, just like letting everyone just kill themselves.
But it's like, thanks for the drink, and just walk out. Everyone's dead.
Yeah,
just like,
he has like bullet string. He has just his regular string powers. He's the only character that we've seen awake in which he can turn all other things into strings.
Like his 16 God Thread final attack.
Which I hate that was... I wish they would have done that attack before the final attack. Because I feel like for a final attack, that wasn't a very good one. Because it was like his strings that he made from the ground, and then he infused them with hockey. Because their tips were black.
And he strained them. Because his Doflamingo string is like... Zoro couldn't cut it.
Yeah, you can't cut the string because it's so thin,
and it's so thin and so strong. And then he infused that with hockey, and he put 16.
And I also want to make a reference to anyone that like string powers. If you've ever seen Hellsing Ultimate, Walter the Butler.
Yes,
I would almost do it like how he did it. Walter is my favorite user of any string type because that's you see that a lot in anime with people with strings. I think Walter does it the best.
Oh my gosh,
he can cut. He can make shields out of it. But Doflamingo's has more of a wide variety, with the ability to control people and everything.
Yeah, he's more like a puppet master kind of thing.
Yeah, Walter's is more of just like a string that can cut anything.
Yeah,
but so that would have been my personal favorite.
Good choice.
I love Doflamingo's string. Next would have been the Gura no Mi, which was Whitebeard's.
The strongest paramecia.
I don't see why it gets that name. It doesn't feel like it's super strong.
I think I think so when Sengoku called it that, I think he was just talking about physically.
It has the ability, it could shape the entire marine force.
Because if you say Whitebeard got pissed off enough, he just punch something.
I don't think of it like that. Like we were talking about My Hero Academia, I would almost see it like Deku's power of just super strength.
Yeah.
I would form the bubbles around my legs and use them to propel me forward, put them around my fists and punch people dead center with it. And what my favorite thing is Midoriya uses his fingers to flick people and he does the smash. I would do that with the Gura no Mi.
Dude, that's sick.
I would just focus it into the one finger with the flick, and that way you can make almost like a rifle.
Yeah.
I think that would be a cool fruit to have. I don't know. I like Paramecias. There's just so much more you can do with them than with Logias.
I like that. I like that. Whenever Whitebeard uses the Gura no Mi,
he can punch the air and cause shockwaves in the air, and that I understand it's a very powerful and probably an easy choice, but a lot of people don't pick it because everyone likes Logias. But I would totally use it.
And you can confuse it all with hockey. So because you saw whenever he punched Akainu, he
imagine that with actual armament hockey with that, and you just punch someone dead center.
That's the force of a full earthquake and the shockwaves
all at once with their hockey on top of it. So I feel like that would be
Which is I just want to make this a side note. How strong and how tough is Akainu to be able to
take that entire punch and then still go on and try to kill everyone else? Yeah,
that's disgusting.
He's no joke, man. I don't know what it is. I think it's just his unwavering sense of justice. Because other than that, I don't know how this man got up. He got punched in the side. He got
worked by Whitebeard.
Yeah, Whitebeard was not forgiving, and then he still put another hole in Whitebeard.
Granted, it wasn't Whitebeard at his strongest, but still, it was Whitebeard at his most pissed off.
He's very powerful, man. Took all of the Blackbeard pirates just to beat him, and that was after he had 2 holes in his chest.
Punks.
Yeah, no, man. And he still didn't fall. But that's just Whitebeard. I don't think the fruit should be defined by the person that uses it.
Yeah.
Because everyone uses it differently. Because, you imagine Luffy's Gum Gum no Mi.
Yeah.
I mean, who would have thought all the things this man did with rubber?
Yeah, seriously, like
when I first saw the show and I was like, oh, his body, I'm like, okay, he can stretch his arm back and punch people with velocity. Mm-hmm. What else? And he's just like, he made Bone, he got Gear second,
Gear third, like Gear fourth,
Red Hawk and all that stuff. Like, he had all these ideas behind him. Just like, he really stretched out this rubber fruit. I'm just like,
pun intended. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and like another thing like that I like about Whitebeard, sorry, last point.
Yeah.
Is that like whenever he got like he grabbed the air and like kind of moved it to where like he shifted like the ocean kind of thing. I thought that was like really like that was OP because like if the enemy's coming at you like a lot, you can just like tilt the balance of the world and like
it's an earthquake. That's what it does. Yeah. But yeah, that would be my second. Is the Gura Gura no Mi. Mm-hmm. My last favorite, which I've assumed a lot of people would have, would be Law's Opie Opie no Mi.
Dang, what the heck?
I love his.
Oh my god!
It was always between either Doflamingos or Laws, just because of everything. Even before Law, like when we first saw Law, I loved his fruit then. Even when we didn't know what it was, when he had the ability to make a room, slice everyone up, and then mix everything together, I thought it was cool then. And then after the timescape, it got better.
Yeah,
he can swap personalities. He can control like the earth around him. He can move it. He can use them scan, so he can identify certain objects that he wants.
Yeah, and like take him out.
He can swap. He can cut people's heart out with scalpel. He has counter shock, which is a defibrillator.
Yeah.
He has the most powerful ability of it, the life-giving surgery, the eternal life surgery.
And he has like the gamma knife too.
He has gamma knife. It's just cool. I like how it's like a Swiss Army knife. Mm-hmm. It has so many applications that it has no business having.
Yeah, and the thing is, they made the point. They were like, if he's in that room, he's basically God. Like he can do whatever
he is God in his room, which I would. And then we saw like in Punk Hazard, that Laws can make his room the size of an island.
Yeah, and like he cut the mountain. Like that scene was dope. Oh, sorry.
When he cut like the entire island's mountain in half completely. And so it's like I would assume his awakening would be like he doesn't have to use the room anymore. He can just do it whenever he wants to. Like he has to physically concentrate on doing it, but he can just do it whenever he wants now.
Like I like that. I don't know if they've made a point to where because he said the point where if he keeps his room up for a long period of time, it shortens his lifespan. I don't know if
I think that's just the translation.
Okay.
Because all we know is that it makes him really exhausted.
Yeah. So maybe it means it lowers his stamina, but I never got that because a lot of Japanese anime and manga, you get people saying it'll shorten my lifespan, where they mean
they say that with Luffy a lot. Yeah, every time he uses Gear Second, he's shortening his own lifespan. Yeah. When Ivanka did the hormone thing back in Marineford, she was like, "This will drastically reduce your lifespan if you do this."
Yeah.
So it makes us think. I always every time I see that now, I always think Luffy's going to have the same thing as Roger.
Yeah.
Roger died super early from a disease. I think that's going to end up happening to Luffy because he did all these reckless things as a kid.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they mean it's going to drain your stamina or it's going to pretty much bring you to the door of death at the moment, or if it means that actually you're gonna live 80 years, but then you're gonna take 10 years for doing this, 10 years for doing
Oda
this. Oda
confirmed that people in One Piece can live to 140.
Yeah, so
you can live for a hell of a long time.
So maybe he's part that's another thing.
Yeah, every time he uses it, which I don't feel like that's a thing because Luffy uses Gear Second all the time, and every time he uses, his body's supposed to be getting weaker and weaker.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I just think a lot of times I take it with a grain of salt, meaning it's going to drain his stamina a lot. It's going to shorten his life.
Yeah, that's what it always seems like with Law. Law can't do it forever.
Yeah,
but the bigger the room, the more stamina it takes to hold it there.
But you see that if you keep using that room, you're going to die, and he uses it a lot whenever they're fighting. He just opens it, and he opens the massive room to where whenever he was getting shot by Doflamingo, he switched rooms, he switched bodies with a random
piece of log.
Yeah, piece of log. Yeah,
that's what it was. It was like a Naruto reference, but
yeah,
he does stuff like that. Which there are also some times in the story where I feel like Law uses his powers outside of the room, when he was fighting Virgo and he used counter shock. I don't ever remember him actually using the room first. he just automatically used counter shock inside of him. So
I mean, he could have had a room open already that Virgo didn't see, but again, we didn't know.
I don't think we knew because even when he cut the entire island, we never saw. Well, no, he did use a room.
Yeah, because he was opening it, and then like it didn't show like how it opened, but it just showed.
It just showed it like expand, and we didn't see the limit, so we didn't know. And that's when he cut the island. So we know Law can do it, and I don't know. The whole life thing is weird because I feel like when he did the entire island, if that really did take a span out of his life, like how much did doing that?
Yes,
to cut an entire island in half. So
yeah, there's just a lot to think about. But
those were our top three. What were you gonna say, Ben?
I like Law's fruit. Just your choices are really good. Law and Doflamingo's fruit.
Doflamingos, dude, hands down. Like, if you could tell any fruit, I'd pick Doflamingos.
And, like, you saw how Doflamingo he used his fruit to perfection. Like, he mastered it, and then, like, he was able to.
Well, he had it since he was, like, 8. And he's, like, in his mid-30s, I think, when they fights Luffy. Like, he's in, like, his mid-30s, late 30s when he fights Luffy. So he's had, like, 30-plus years to master his fruit's ability, so. Yeah. So. And Luffy's Luffy's had his since he was like a little kid.
Yeah.
So
about like 10 or 11 maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. Kids in that show look so much smaller.
That's true.
They're like little bitty babies. But yeah, so maybe Luffy. But then again, Luffy's had a lot of experience with his fruit, so he's very creative when it comes to fighting.
Yeah, definitely.
So that was our little segment of our top 3 like most wanted fruits. Let us know down below if you have a fruit that you've always would want in the One Piece, or even make up one like Ben did.
Yeah,
we'd love to hear your comments, and thanks for watching. Definitely.